Hey everyone, we are back with part 5 of my fragrance collection. I'm just gonna start where we left off, which was right here at the beginning with these little Nasomatos. So the first one we have is, I've got this little set of oils. These are little rollerball oils, which I absolutely adore. Excuse me. I picked these up from Lucky Scent. They were on sale for like $100 and something. They were pretty reasonable for what they are. They're little tiny oils. They're like 4 mil, but they pack a punch. Like, they're really concentrated, and you only need like a few dabs and it will literally get you through like all day and all night. This is Narcotic V though. This is like a really sweet tuberose. The next one I have is my favorite. This is Nudiflorum, and gosh, I wish my camera like wants to focus on the background, not what I've got in my hand. I'm sure there's some way I can fix it, but I'm so not technologically savvy at all, so I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, let's see here. There we go. So this is Nudiflorum. This is a gorgeous, grungy musk. Unfortunately, Nasomato does not reveal what the notes are in their fragrances, which I think is stupid. I guess they do it, well, sorry, that's just my opinion. That was kind of harsh. But I guess they do it so that people have a hard time, or like a harder time duping them, which I totally understand, but at the same time it makes it hard for us, the customer that buys their fragrances, to know what we're wearing, what we like. If there's something specific in it that they do really well, you know, it's hard for us to know what exactly about that fragrance we like so much. So anyways, that is Nudiflorum. I love it. Grungy, musky fragrance. This one is called China White. And China White is a beautiful, it's again kind of like a skin musk. It's got this beautiful green liquid. It's a really nice fragrance. I want to say it's like a clean kind of musky fragrance, but it's not. It's got a grunginess to it, like a dirtiness to it too, that probably wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea. Okay, next we have got this Amouage. This is Amouage Bracken. This is another tester bottle, and yeah. This is beautiful, but this is definitely not for the faint of heart. This is like a very kind of odd green, intense berry, but intense green, kind of like a laundry detergent fragrance. It's really hard for me to explain. It's not safe. I would not recommend just like running out and buying that one. Next we have got a Maison Lancome, and this is Jasmine's Marzipan. That's a really pretty one. That's just like a sweet, kind of almondy jasmine fragrance. Ugh, I love this one. This is Madonna Truth or Dare Naked. This is a beautiful tonka bean fragrance. I get compliments on this every time I wear it. It's warm, it's cozy, it's yummy, it's sweet. It's just a good one. Okay, next, this is YSL Parisienne, and this one has a vinyl note in it that is really interesting. It's like this fruity, kind of nondescript fragrance, but it's got a vinyl note in it. It's pretty. Okay, we've gone through those. Next, we've got a Tom Ford fragrance. This is Tom Ford Velvet Orchid. This is the Lumiere one, and I was totally mistaken. Somebody commented on one of my videos one time and said that that's what I had, that this wasn't just the Velvet Orchid, that this was the Velvet Orchid Lumiere, which I did not know. It doesn't say anywhere on this bottle except very tiny right over here, Lumiere. But I really like this. This is a really gorgeous version of Velvet Orchid. It's kind of deep and dark and sweet, and it's like Velvet Orchid, but it definitely has a brightness to it that Velvet Orchid doesn't have. I really enjoy that one. Next, we have Escada Joyful, and I love this fragrance. This is supposed to be a dupe for Creed Spring Flower. It's gorgeous. It's just really easy breezy. It's a nice light green crisp floral, perfect for the springtime. Okay, let's come back up to the front. Well, no, I guess we'll keep going back. Okay, this is Charlie White. I have this for nostalgic reasons. I have had this, or not have had this, I had this in my collection when I was a little girl. This was one of the drugstore fragrances that I used to wear. I used to love Charlie White. I loved all the Charlies, but Charlie White had a particular place in my heart. I just loved it. It's so nostalgic for me. It reminds me of when I was about my daughter's age. So there's that one. Oh, I forgot to skip one. And I think I accidentally skipped one of my ganache fragrances in the first video that I did, so I'm going to include that. This is, I can't even remember which one this is, and the label is all messed up, but I think this is like marshmallow. This is a marshmallow fragrance. It's marshmallow and incense, I think, something like that, but it's a nice one. So I'm going to move over so I can let the light shine in there. Okay, way to the back here. Now we have got DKNY Women. This is an intense citrus fragrance, and it's got a very, very prominent tomato leaf note in it. Like if you have ever grown tomatoes and touched the leaves and then touched your hands after, you know what tomato leaf smells like, and this has a very intense tomato leaf note in it. I love it. Okay, next we have JLo Glowing. This is just a really pretty fresh, it's just a really pretty fresh fragrance. It's really kind of nondescript. It's hard to explain. It's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I actually really like it. Next, we have another nostalgic one. This is Ralph Lauren Polo Woman, and Polo Sport Woman, I should say. You can see this is off. Like the liquid should not be that dark. I keep this basically because I wore this in high school. After I got off my cool water kick, I got into this Ralph Lauren Polo Sport kick. I used to buy the huge bottles of this at, it was a department store called the Bon Marché, which has been bought out by Macy's, so it's now Macy's. But yeah, I used to buy huge bottles of this there. Like, and I have been working since I was about 15 years old, and it would literally take like an entire paycheck of mine. I would have to work 2 weeks to earn enough money to replace a bottle of my perfume. So anyways, that's the Ralph Lauren Polo Sport. It's got a very special place in my heart. Okay, next we have Shalimar Perfume Initial. Shalimar Perfume Initial, and this is a beautiful fragrance. This one to me gets super hyped up. I don't know why my camera wants to keep focusing on that Justin Bieber the key back there, but this fragrance I feel like gets super hyped up on YouTube. It is definitely beautiful. It's a nice fragrance, don't get me wrong. I really like it. Glad to have it in my collection. But I don't think it's the best Shalimar flanker. The best Shalimar flanker, in my opinion, is the Shalimar Cologne. And this one is beautiful, but it's not as beautiful as the Shalimar cologne, in my opinion. But I do like it. I'm glad to have it. Okay, next we have this Armaf La Femme. This is supposed to be a dupe for a Kilian fragrance. It is not. I bought a decant of the Kilian fragrance just to compare it, and this is not a dupe by any means. This is just kind of like a fruity, easy to wear. The bottle is pretty ugly, but that's okay. But it's just a fruity, easy to wear, like feminine, sweet fragrance. I do like it. Next we have got Stella, and this is the EDT formulation. I keep this because I can't bring myself to get rid of it because I love the polka dot bottle. It's gorgeous, and it's just a light, watery version of Stella. It's even worse performing than the new EDP formulation, and yeah, it's just, I keep it more for the bottle than anything. Next we have got Christian Dior J'adore. This is beautiful. I love this fragrance. I don't wear it often, but I love it, and the bottle is thick. Okay. Next we have got some of these Korres fragrances. This is Iris, Lily of the Valley, and Cotton. This is a pretty easy breezy fragrance. I pick these up at TJ Maxx whenever I find them. They're usually super, super inexpensive, so yeah, I pick them up whenever I can. And another one, this is White Tea, Bergamot, and Freesia. This is a beautiful, like light, slightly floral, citrusy, kind of slightly tea-like fragrance. I really like that one. Right to the front here, we have got this is Aquilina Pink Sugar. This is a beautiful fragrance. I love this. I could not live without this in my collection. I get compliments on this every time I wear it. This is like burnt sugar, caramel. Ugh, it's just such a good cheapy gourmand fragrance. Next we have Dolce by Dolce & Gabbana. This again is just a beautiful, slightly green, watery, floral fragrance. I really love it. I just bought a little partial bottle of it for really inexpensive to test it out. Okay, next we have got Dolce Garden, and this is gorgeous. This is coconutty, almond milky. It's like a creamy, beautiful, sweet, yummy floral. I love it so, so much. That's a huge bottle of it. Next we have got L'Instant by De Guerlain. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the sell pile. I've had this for probably 2 years now and have never, actually probably longer than 2 years, and I've never reached for it. So that's going to go into the sell pile. This is one of my favorites of all time. This is Amoureuse de Givenchy. This is gorgeous. This is one of the this is the original formulation of this as well. It reminds me of the 90s. I adore it so much. Okay, next we've got some Tokyo Milk fragrances. This is Tokyo Milk, Honey, and the Moon. Sweet honey, sugared violet, jasmine, and sandalwood. Really pretty. We have got Lotus Sake, and this is Crisp Greens, Plum, Green Lotus, and Warm Sake. It's really pretty. Let Them Eat Cake. This one is gorgeous. Sugarcane, coconut milk, vanilla orchid, white musk. It smells just how you would imagine Let Them Eat Cake. And then we have got I Want Candy. Crisp apples, peaches, violets, and roses. Really beautiful. Okay, let's continue to move back here. This is so sad. My daughter broke the lid off of this when she was really little. This is Guerlain Mahora. Yeah, Mahora. Gorgeous. This is a beautiful, kind of like old-fashioned beachy fragrance. This bottle kills me though. I adore it. Okay, next we have got another Givenchy. This is Haute Couture. Again, this is the original formulation of Haute Couture. It's beautiful. I have personally used up like most of that bottle. It's beautiful. It's darkening, or it's quite dark compared to the newer formulation. Oh, next we've got a Britney Spears. This is Britney Spears Fantasy Stage Edition. This is the original formulation of Fantasy. It's got a vanilla frosting note in it, or vanilla cupcake or something. It's gorgeous. It's yummy. It's gourmand. It's got kiwi in it. It's beautiful. The newer formulation is very kiwi heavy and less cupcake heavy. Next we have got Swiss Arabian Casablanca. This is gorgeous. This is my caramel apple fragrance. It's got a little bit of oud in it to kind of ground it, but it's all about the caramel and the apples in this one. I adore it. Next we have got CK&TU. This is gorgeous. This is the Her version. CK&TU Her. This is beautiful. I picked this up at TJ Maxx for an absolute steal, like $7. It's a beautiful citrus fragrance. I adore it. Next we have got Ivanka Trump. This is, I don't care what I don't have political affiliations, so I don't really care, but oh my gosh, this fragrance is beautiful. This is a beautiful cheapie. This can be found on Amazon for like 20 bucks. It's beautiful. It's just an easy breezy, slightly sweet floral, easy to wear. I love that one. Okay, next we have Burberry The Beat. This is beautiful. This is a Dominique Ropion perfume, and it's really gorgeous. It's got that Burberry high performance and quality too. Next we have L'Eau d'Issy. This is another one that I never reach for. I don't wear, but I keep it in my collection for nostalgic reasons. This reminds me of the 90s. This reminds me of being a teenager. It's just a beautiful fragrance. Whoops. Okay. Next, back here, we have got Justin Bieber, the Collector's Edition. This is kind of like the Key, but the Collector's Edition is a little bit different. Some people prefer this. I prefer the Key over this, but this is still beautiful, and I'm still very happy to have it in my collection. It's another fresh, kind of shampoo-y type fragrance. It's not quite as sweet as the Key. So if you don't like sweet fragrances, you'd probably prefer this. If you do like sweet fragrances, you'd probably prefer the Key. It's just all a matter of preference. Next I have Burberry Touch. I bought this a long time ago. I have never ever touched this. So because of that, this one's going to go on the sell pile. This has a beautiful like red pepper note in it. It's slightly woody, very airy, fresh. It's Burberry, so it lasts absolutely forever. It's got that peppery note in it. It's really, really nice, but I've never reached for it. So that's going to go in the sell pile. Okay. My battery is going to die, so I'm going to try and rush through the rest of this. This is Molinard Fig. This is a gorgeous fig fragrance. If you guys are looking for just straight up fig, this is a good one. It's beautiful. Lasts forever on the skin, too. Next, we've got Pascal Morabito. This is called Pearl Précieuse. I keep this. I don't reach for this often, though I should. It's easy breezy, beautiful, lasts really well on the skin. It's just like a slightly sweet, light, kind of generic floral smell. I picked it up at TJ Maxx for really inexpensive, and I love this one. I keep it in my collection because it's just a beautiful, affordable fragrance. Next, we have got Gianfranco Fair. This is Blooming Rose. This Fairy, sorry, Fairy? Gianfranco Fairy, I think is actually how you say it. This is beautiful. However, this is the one that didn't make the cut with all my rose fragrances. I've got others that I like more, so this is going into the sell pile. Okay. Next, we have got Lush Rose Jam. This is beautiful. I love this fragrance. This is I hate to use the word jammy because I don't think anything is truly like jammy, but This is a sweet, yummy rose fragrance. I adore it. I have the massage bar to go with that. Next, this I love. This is an Alexander McQueen perfume. This is McQueen Perfume. This was a $495 bottle of perfume when it first came out in the UK, and I waited and waited and waited and waited, and I finally found a bottle on eBay. It did have a sticker on the back because it came from like Saks, like off the rack, Saks Fifth Avenue, if you guys are familiar with that. It's basically like a outlet for Saks Fifth Avenue, but I got my bottle for like 40 bucks. It's gorgeous. This is a beautiful tuberose fragrance. Okay, up here we have, this is a Martin Micallef Cristal. See if I can open this up without. Okay, this is Martin Micallef Cristal, and I keep this in the box because this is another one I don't know if I'm going to keep. This is a very tuberose heavy, very sweet fragrance. I need to test this one out in the cold weather. As soon as I do, I will make a decision as to whether I'm going to keep it or not. It is beautiful, but it's kind of like one of those super saccharine sweet Mancera perfumes that I'm not a huge fan of, so we'll see. I may keep that, I may not. We've got an Etro fragrance. This is Etro Musk. This one I know I'm going to resell. I've had this for months now, probably 6 months now, and I've never once reached for it. Never once, because it doesn't last long on the skin at all. It is a super, super unique white musk fragrance, though. Really, really beautiful. But it's one of those fragrances that I just don't really have a place for it in my collection. I just don't wear fragrances like that, so it's going into the sell pile. Okay. We've got another Alexander McQueen fragrance. This is McQueen Eau Blanche. This is basically just a lighter version of the McQueen right here. It's just it's not quite as heavy. It's a little bit lighter. It's, again, a tuberose fragrance. Gosh, my camera. And, yeah, so I really like both of those. I love the bottles, which is why I keep them mostly. Okay, now this one, this is Vanillary from Lush. My bottle doesn't even have a cap anymore. Like, I adore this fragrance. I wear it all the time. I wear it to bed a lot because this is a beautiful, comforting, like, old friend type of fragrance for me. I adore it. So there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. As soon as I run out of that one, I will be repurchasing. Okay, we've got Justin Bieber The Key. I adore this fragrance. This is a sweet, it's a sweet shampoo-y fragrance. It's beautiful. I'll run through this and then I'll buy another bottle of it if I can find it. It's getting harder and harder to find, unfortunately. This is a little 10 ml of Yesterday Haze by Imaginary Authors. I keep it in the box just to keep it, because I keep the box here there's a little tiny slash of sunlight that'll come across here, you can see, and it kind of protects anything over here. It blocks it, and then the fragrance inside is fine too, so. Next we've got Ariana Grande Cloud. This is my huge 3.4 ounce bottle. I adore this fragrance. It's gorgeous. It's like Baccarat Rouge, but it's sweeter, it's lighter, it's yummier, it's not as headache inducing. I love it. This is Lady Gaga Eau de Gaga. This is a gorgeous citrus fragrance that has a leather note in it. It's beautiful. I adore this. It lasts forever on me too. Next, we've got Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy. This is a yummy, fruity, shampoo-y fragrance. Again, easy breezy. Love it. Next, we have got Dangerous Complicity from ELDO, and this is going in the sell pile. I adore how this smells, but this does not last 5 minutes on me. I can spray it on, and within 5 minutes, it's literally gone. So it's too expensive for it to not last at all. Okay, in the way back here, this is my, like, prized possession. This is probably the most expensive perfume I have in my collection. This is Zoologist B. I adore this. This is my favorite Zoologist fragrance I've ever smelled. It's gorgeous. It's like, okay, if I can get it out. It just completely embodies everything about the bee. You could imagine smelling the pollen, the whole hive, the royal jelly, everything about it. Like, you can see the notes there. It's just a stunning honey bee fragrance. I adore it. It's incensey. It's beautiful. Next we have got Mugler Angel Muse. This is beautiful. Hazelnut, chocolate, patchouli, yummy. Different enough from Angel that I really love it. It's just gorgeous. Under that, we have got one that's going in the sell pile because I have never reached for this. I thought I would like it and reach for it more than I do, but I don't. This is Kerner Barcelona Tardes, or Tardes. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, powdery, comforting, yummy fragrance, but I don't reach for it. So that's going to go in the sell pile. And we're down to the final two, you guys, and then that'll be the end of part 5. This is Katy Perry's Meow, and this is the sweeter of the two. This is the less kind of syrupy gourmand one. I love this. I keep these just for the bottle. I don't even care about the perfume inside. I love cats, and I have 3 of them, so it's fitting I have these. This is the more like gourmand smelling one. I think it's got caramel in it, maybe. It's just like, they're both nondescript. They're not great perfumes. They're not bad, but they're not anything groundbreaking either. So anyways, guys, that is the whole bottom shelf. It took 2 videos to get through all of that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And next we will be starting on this monster. We'll probably do part 6 and 7. We could probably get through all of those up there, part 8, and all of those up there, part 9, or I might have to do 10, I don't know. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in part 6. Bye.